And a machine gun under federal law is punishable by up to 10 years in federal prison, meaning you can get anywhere from supervised release, aka probation, to the max 10 years, depending on a few different factors.
What's up, gang? You already know we back with another video. Shit, today we finna react to Lil Zay Osama getting caught with that switch. You know what I'm talking about? But shit, y'all leave a like if y'all enjoy it, subscribe if you're not. Shit, let's just get right into the video.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, y'all see the title. Let's get right into it.
We don't play with no regular nigga. On my butter. We do it.
Don't play my slide. On folks grade, we'll guess like that.
Switchy. No talking. No cap. No talking.
Switch game.
3 switches right here. And I put the bitch. That's just enough right there. That's enough. 1, 2, 3. That's enough.
The Glock switch has become a staple in hip hop, turning handguns into fully automatic hole punches. But a lot of misconceptions surround the switch, and in this video we'll be fully breaking it down. On November 7th, Chicago rapper Lil Zay Osama stood in front of a federal judge in Brooklyn, New York. It was sentencing day, and Zay had pled guilty back in May to 1 count of possession of a machine gun. On September 29th, 2022, an Uber driver picked up Zay and several associates from a hotel in Manhattan. The driver would notice Zay was holding a firearm during the ride. Dropping them off at a recording studio in Queens, the driver saw they left the gun in the vehicle, so the driver called the police. NYPD would locate the .40 caliber Glock 22 with a switch, loaded with 1 round in the chamber and 9 more in the mag. When asked, the driver would identify Lil Zay Osama as the one who possessed it. This statement alone was enough to build a Fed case.
I ain't gonna lie, he got caught on some old wacky ass shit. Let's just be honest.
Put your hands behind your back.
Man.
We're gonna sort it all out.
Man, he got caught on some old fad shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like nothing.
You get him my phone though?
Yeah, you got anything on you?
How you forget the pole though?
I'm on live, sir.
U.S. attorneys would submit a letter requesting to keep Zay in federal custody, labeling him a danger to society, and even quoting some of his lyrics, one of which stated, "Just got a brand new Glock with a 50 and a switch." The then 25-year-old had already been convicted of criminal trespassing, reckless conduct, 3 counts of robbery, aggravated battery, and aggravated discharge of a firearm. Zay would be held in custody and only released after paying a $350,000 bond. In January of 2024, it would officially be indicted on 1 count of possession of a machine gun and 1 count of possession of an unregistered firearm. Everyone expected this to be the rapper's demise. Fast forward to November 7th, Zay, having pled guilty to the machine gun and getting the second charge was only sentenced to 14 months in federal prison, followed by 1 year of supervised release. Only having to serve 85% of his sentence, Zay will be home in less than a year. Immediately, he'd be accused online of snitching, solely because of the fact that he didn't get a decade or more in prison. So how did he get such a sweet deal? First off, 90% of people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. A switch without a gun is still considered a machine gun. A switch and a gun is clearly a machine gun, and a machine gun under federal law is punishable by up to 10 years in federal prison, meaning you can get anywhere from supervised release, aka probation, to the max 10 years, depending on a few different factors. But as soon as the internet hears 10, they assume you'll just get 10
That's
years
what you're
for a
getting.
Switch.
Okay.
During Zay's plea deal, the courts calculated his offense level as 15 and criminal history as 2. The guideline range for this level scored out to 21 to 27 months in prison, or just over 2 years. Zay's lawyer would counter with a 7-month prison sentence, highlighting how Zay's felony convictions came from when he was a juvenile at just 15 and 16 years old. As an adult, he'd only been convicted of 2 misdemeanors. His lawyer would speak on his Chicago upbringing and how at only 14, Zay was shot in the chest. His lawyer would also cite multiple cases in which defendants were sentenced to less than the guidelines. Taking it a step further, his lawyer would point out the unlivable conditions Zay had to endure while inside of MDC Brooklyn as rats and roaches flooded the facility. Inmates would suffer indefinite lockdowns, imposing solitary confinement-like conditions, furthering mental health issues, and leading to multiple inmates being killed. Zay's lawyer, Don Florio, was lawyering her ass off. Zay was in New York to perform at Rolling Loud. He was on his way to an interview when a firearm was left behind, and that firearm wasn't linked to any previous crimes. Zay's lawyer would again take it a step even further, pointing out rappers are often targeted for their wealth, and just 17 days before Zay was arrested, rapper PNB Rock was shot and killed during a robbery for his jewelry. The lawyer would top it all off with the statistical fact that according to the Sentencing Commission, between 2015 and 2023, there were 49 individuals in the Eastern District of New York sentenced for firearm-related offenses, with the median sentence being only 19 months. Zay had already served 8 months total fighting this case, and another 4 months from a state case, meaning he's already been incarcerated for 12 months. Now, the U.S. attorney would argue back, highlighting Zay's DNA was found on the weapon, and request he be sentenced to 27 months in federal prison. They'd also try to assassinate his character, speaking on Zay's 2023 arrest, following a high-speed chase in Illinois, where police found a Glock 29 with a laser extended magazine and a switch, and a Glock 19 with a 50-round drum and DeFace serial number. At the time, Zay was wearing a $90,000 necklace that was allegedly, according to the U.S. attorney, stolen during an armed robbery in New York. At no time was cooperation ever brought up in this case. At no time did Zay ever point the finger, arguing the weapon belonged to anyone else, and at no time did his lawyer or the U.S. attorney highlight a 5K1 or any other factors that would have reduced his sentencing by cooperating. In the end, Zay would receive 14 months in prison, 1 year of supervised release, and a recommendation that he be housed in FCI Thompson, closer to his family in Chicago. With the internet claiming Zay must have ratted, he'd take to his Instagram story addressing the rumors saying, "Stop believing everything you hear or see on the internet. You really think you can get 30 years for a switch? Hell no. I don't care what state you in. Facts. But switches is dangerous and carry 3 or 4 years, maybe less, depending on your background. But they becoming a problem in a lot of cities, so it might be worse for you. Different strokes for different folks. I caught a blessing. Don't look at my situation and think you need a switch, cause it can end bad for you. Stop playing with snitching for real. Have 1090 Jake look up my switch case." Now, not only did Zay get a sweet deal, but he's also signed to Warner Records, could afford a $350,000 bond, and a New York top lawyer. So to sum it all up, if you ain't rich, don't tow the switch. Nah, I'm just playing. To sum it all up, because of his weak criminal history, right? Because they're not using anything that he hasn't been convicted for. He might have open cases, cool, but whatever. Adult convictions, misdemeanors. Juvenile shit, felonies. But it's been a long time, and they're trying to portray that he's changed his life and become an artist and got a record deal, and he's obviously worth a lot of fucking money. And then the guideline range that the lawyer was able to highlight to the judge shows, look, 49 people got off at around 19 months. What can we do for my client? This is clearly a case of money talks, bullshit walks. If you walk into a courtroom, federal estate without a fucking lawyer, you're fucked. If you walk in there with a top lawyer, a celebrity lawyer, a highly six-figure paid lawyer, you're gonna get an entirely different type of fucking deal. And a lot of y'all are forgetting machine guns and silencers are classed in the same way, right? Pretty sure it's the same punishment for a silencer as it is for a machine gun. Y'all remember T.I. got caught with all that crazy shit, and he didn't get a whole lot of time. Everyone assumed he snitched, and the commercial on TV about tips didn't help. But in reality, nobody ever got paperwork that showed he snitched. And there's nothing saying Zay snitched, aside from the fucking people on the internet. And it's like, I personally told him, you can't beat the internet. But stay away from switches and guns that ain't yours. Higher security. PNB Rock, rest in peace. He died with a gun on him, tucked in his waistband. They just came out with the body cam footage. He died with a gun. Didn't even get a chance to pull it out.
I ain't gonna cap y'all. Shit, if you not rich, yeah, it's damn near chopsticks. You see this. Yeah, you see what's happening. You feel me? But I fuck with Zay so heavy, he deserved to get out that bitch. He made a lot of fire and shit. Like, yeah, I fuck with the music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, shit, don't get a switch, y'all. Don't get caught with one anyway. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all enjoyed the video, I'll leave a like. And now the whole thing about the PNB Rock though. Now he got caught with the pole on him and they stretched him anyway. It's crazy work. You know, that's crazy work. You know what I'm saying? Let's start there. You know? But boom, if y'all did enjoy the video, y'all leave a like, subscribe. I would appreciate that, you feel me? Until next time.